nice. This is Strider on the SEGA Megadrive, released in 1990 by SEGA, based on the Capcom arcade machine of the same name, released in 1989. One of Capcom's most famous arcade games before the Street Fighter series. You play, a member of an organisation of ninjas called the Striders. The year is 2040? It is 2048, and the world is ruled, it's a dystopian world, and it's ruled by a guy called Grandmaster. And I don't mean Bud from Married with Children, and you're sent to take him out. Now, there's a question down there. I really am going to suck at this, because I can't talk and play for, at the same time for the best of, moments. I certainly can't vlog and talk at the same time, or ask a question I will, particularly on a game like this. But do you remember back in the day at school, we were all ever so slightly a little bit of a fanboy. Oh, that's pause, right, that's jump. Now I've got a slide, haven't I? Yeah. And I'm not a massive fan of fanboys, but let's be honest, that's what you did it as a kid. You vehemently defended, or fiercely defended, I should say, your own system, and had a pop at anyone who had anything different. Even in most cases, it was better. But I think we all had that moment, that one game. It's totally cool you die, by the way. I haven't played this in about 6 months. We could flaunt over the other individual. They just could not deny that it was amazing. It was an argument settler in the playground wars. And this is that game for me. At school, I had a Master System, I had a Spectrum before that, and there was this other guy, and he got an Amiga 500 for Christmas. And I'm not saying it's a bad system, I'm really not. My brother had one, and I really, really liked it. And yeah, he always just used to rub it in my face and just go, oh, it's amazing, it's so much better than your Mega Drive. Oh, I can do this, I can do that. Which was always funny, because it was, no, mate, you're just going to play games on it. And yeah, and he always used to slate my Mega Drive, even though, I shouldn't have fallen down there, I can die, remember that. You can totally wig out like a ninja, there you go. Yeah, and he always used to, flaunt its specs over me, but you never really even knew what the Mega Drive specs were. And seriously, you can't compare a console to a computer, but we were children. And yeah, but he never even knew what they were, because he never even read Mean Machines or CVG, which in itself is a crime, I'm sorry. And yeah, he just, we were mates, don't get me wrong, but like we were enemies or anything. We were mates, but we always used to end up arguing over which was, the best system, the Amiga or the Mega Drive. And as I said, you can't really compare them. But yeah, and normally you have your group of mates, don't you? That are kind of allegiant to your system, not necessarily you, but your system, because they had one, and there'd be other people who had the other. But I literally was the only bloke in school at this point who had a Japanese Mega Drive. Oh, get on the platform. And I don't know. Oh, bollocks! That's not good. You got to beat him on the platform, as I recall. Oh, there you go. Oh no, fire! Run! Yoink! Don't want to singe my lovely hair. Yeah, he probably was for a while the only kid who had an Amiga 500, because I paid 189 quid for my Mega Drive. They were like 500, 600 quid or something. They were, incredibly expensive. Oh, check it out, it's Laserbeak from Transformers. I'm assuming he's going to do something. Oh, I hate these poddy bastards. But yeah, we would argue, and for the most part, quite a lot of the stuff, was it better? It certainly had better sound, I guess, but yeah, we used to argue stuff, this and that and this, but there were, Strider was a pretty, popular game, because US Gold ported it across all the sort of 8-bit and, yeah, check it out, it's raining tech. 16-bit and 8-bit systems, Spectrum, Amstrad, Commodore, it was on the Master System eventually, the Amiga and the Atari ST. How good it was on the Amiga, I do not know. I did play it on the Atari ST, my brother had it, and it was a reasonably good game, but this absolutely, from a graphical perspective, pissed all over his chips. But yeah, I remember one day when I was in English class, and I lent this to someone, and they gave it back to me just before the lesson started, and he was sat to the right of me for once. Oh, check it out, it's an audience with. And yeah, the trick is to stay on the back, isn't it? Yeah. Excuse me. And yeah, he was sat to the right of me. I completely balls that up. Oh, I got away with it. Oh, lasers and shit, even though he's dying. Yeah, and I just remember I slid this case over to him and said, you like Strider, don't you? because as I was saying, he didn't read Mean Machines or CVG, yeah, so I slid this over to him, and it's got wicked artwork, and then flipped it over and said, look at that. And you could see on his face, you know, he was like, yeah, well, he probably doesn't play as well, but it's funny as fuck, because I remember it was that one moment where he just, I could flaunt it at him, and I won the argument, and not that it was, I had to win the argument, as I said, but I was a kid, it's what you did. Yeah, and this was the one game that was just the absolute argument setter. On my Mega Drive, when people would say, you know, he would say, like, you know, oh, I've got Uber, yeah, that ups your lance, doesn't it? Oh, I got away with that, I think. Yeah, it was the one game, sorry, awkward pause there. It just completely, you know, set up the score. He could never come back against it. Every time he would, like, have a pop it on a Mega Drive, I'd just go, Strider, Haley, remember Strider? That was it. Brilliant. Good times. So, you know, I think we must all, regardless of... Is he dying? I think so. Oh, he took me with him. Fair play. Yeah, regardless of what systems we had and where we grew up... Oh, bollocks, do I have to start again? Where we grew up in the world. I think we all had this kind of, you know, competitive sort of fanboy nature with other people of our age, or in our school, or in our classes, I should say, who had the other... Oh, slide! I got away with it. You know, had the other system. And what was the game you used that you could always flaunt over them, or use just to win the argument, or, you know, shut them up? I'd really like to know. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.